All right, so as the end of the year approaches, right, the end of the stock market enters into its final trading sessions of the year, which is often referred to as something called the Santa Claus Rally. And here to tell us more about the Santa Claus Rally is Brent Wilsey of Wilsey Asset Management. Good morning, Brent. Nice to have you on.
Good morning, Liz. Good to be here.
Hopefully you had a nice Christmas holiday. Everything okay?
Yeah, everything is good. Got what I wanted from Santa Claus, so now we'll see what happens at the end of the year here for the markets here.
Yeah, so talk to us about this, Brent, because usually the trend is towards the end of the year we tend to see the stock market go up, right? In the last 5 days of trading. Is that why it's called the Santa Claus Rally?
Yeah, a lot of people don't know it is the last 5 days, and actually sometimes can flow into the first 2 days of January. I guess Santa can come a little bit later. Some people think it's all of December. It is not. It's just the last week. Again, the last 5, maybe 7 days. Now, this year we're short 1 day because Friday for New Year's is a holiday. So only got 4 days in the end of the year here. But there's reasons why to stay the course here. I mean, about 70% of the time it does rally. And the average return for the past week or the last week is about 1.4%. So we're hoping for that this year. There are some things that could cause some problems that maybe we won't get it this year.
Let me guess. Omicron being one of those issues that could cause some problems. Already is it not?
Well, it really is. And the thing that's funny, Liz, I call it the surprise, no surprise. Back when we had Delta back in July, we knew there's going to be another one. Well, here it is. Why are we surprised by this? We knew it was going to come. The good part is that there are a lot more cases. Cases are up, but it's not hurting the hospitals at this point in time. So the last week in the market, it seemed to be they kind of pushed off Omicron. Yes, people getting sick from it, but it's not like it was putting people in the hospital, causing problems with that. So I've got my fingers crossed we stay in that track, and Omicron for the Santa Claus Rally will not be existent.
What about the whole Build Back Better plan, the President Biden's Build Back Better plan, how he wanted it to get it passed? We had one of the top Democratic leaders saying, senators saying, no, I cannot pass it in goodwill. So how does that economic plan play into the real estate, or not the real estate, but the stock market?
Yeah, that's one good thing for the market here is that it seems to be dead for now. We'll see what happens. We'll talk, I'm sure, more about this next year. But for the Santa Claus Rally, that does not seem to be a factor because they're not going to come back, on Wednesday or whatever and start talking about it again. So that's dead for now. So the Santa Claus Rally is not worried about that at this point in time.
At this point in time, okay. But what about inflation? There's something that to ask about.
Yeah, what I'm a little bit worried about is that now we could start hearing the numbers where, we spent this much more on Christmas and people spent a lot more than expected. There's no economic numbers coming out this week, which is the positive, but there's still going to be rumblings about what people spent on Christmas and the food and so forth. But I don't think it's going to be enough. I am optimistic that Santa Claus will come and bring everybody a nice present in their investments on the equity side. So I think that one's going to be okay for this week. We'll see what happens next year. I know my next segment, I'll talk a lot about what's going to happen in 2022.
Yeah, what do we do going forward? I mean, where should our mind be? Where should our investments be as we move ahead to the next year?
Well, yeah, for more detail, we're going to do that in the next segment for you because there is a lot of different things we've got to look at, where to go forward. I will tell people, as always, invest in good quality equities at reasonable prices and don't panic. Hopefully do not panic and sell out because, again, I do believe that we will have a good year next year and also this week for the Santa Claus Rally. It's going to be a very volatile year, I'll tell you that. And I think it's going to panic some people out of the market, unfortunately. But I think 2022 and I always look at the last day of the year, December 31st. I'm still not there yet for 2021, but do the same thing for 2022. Where you're going to be December 31st of the year. Don't worry about all the noise. In the meantime, we had a lot of craziness this year.
Right.
It always happens with investing, so you got to be patient. And I always tell people, look, go back, see how you did the last 2, 3, 4, 5 years. How have you done? Don't worry about a 1 week or a 1 month or even a 1 quarter time frame. Look at the entire year.
That's some really good advice, Brent. Appreciate that. All right, well, more to come on that note as we look toward what to do, which direction to go in the year 2022. And remind me, you did say Friday, which is the 31st, is a holiday, right, for the market. So really, we have 4 days of trading starting tomorrow before the end of the year. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay, Brent, thank you so much for taking the time this hour. We appreciate it. We'll talk to you soon.
Well, thanks for having me. Have a good day.
Thank you. Coming up here on Good Morning Sandy.